Today I will be modeling how to give accurate and effective performance feedback to increase oral reading fluency among students who have reading difficulties. Students that have difficulties with reading may struggle with word recognition, failure to comprehend what they are reading, have little motivation to read, and may spend less time reading because of these difficulties. Performance feedback is an intervention which can come in many forms. However, it is an overall description of a student's performance intended to guide their future performance in academic areas. In a study done by Arthod and Rank in 1996, they found that visual feedback was more effective in improving oral reading fluency rates among students who have reading difficulties. Performance feedback provides an opportunity for students to hear where they were successful, what needs to be improved, and establish goals for future performance. Providing students with feedback concerning their performance in academics have been shown to be useful in a variety of areas, including written language, spelling, and mathematics. For the purpose of this video, I will demonstrate how to use feedback with students who are having difficulties with fluency specifically. You will need a clipboard, a stopwatch and or timer, pencils, both colored and or regular, or crayons or markers, sets of reading probes like this, approximately maybe 36 for longer durations of time, notebooks or folders with sheets of graph paper like this to monitor student progress over time, and a quiet testing environment. So step 1 is to introduce the task. Tell the student what is going to be going on. Today you will be reading some short passages. You will administer the first reading probe and read the directions to the student. When I say begin reading aloud at the top of the page. Read across the page. Try to read each word. If you come to a word you don't know, I'll tell it to you. You will have 1 minute. Be sure to do your best reading. Are there any questions?
No.
Okay, begin.
The teacher told the class that they would have their pictures taken the next day. Nick did not look forward to the picture day. He did not understand why all the other kids were so excited. Why did they like the picture day so much? Nick took the picture order form home and gave it to Mom. Even she was excited. She filled out the form and put it in an envelope with money. Then she went into Nick's room to find the right outfit. Nick wondered again why everybody got excited about picture day. The next day, Nick went to school in his best red shirt and new blue jeans. His hair was combed neatly. His mom had even sprayed his hair with hairspray. Classroom buzzed with excitement. The other children could not wait to have the picture taken. Nick sat at his desk and felt puzzled.
Okay, you can stop. So after the 1 minute is over, you want to go through and score their reading sheet for the amount of words read correctly and the number of errors they made. So for Danielle, he read a total of 150 words. So you would mark that down on the sheet. Then you would count up the errors he made. So for this passage, he made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He made 5 errors, so his total amount of words read correctly is 145. So the next step is to provide feedback and monitoring. So after he's done reading, we get the fluency graph, and he gets it himself. He writes his name on the top. And then you can say these short directions. This is a graph. This graph will be used to tell us how many words you read each day. This is the amount of words you read. You point to the y-axis. This is the school day, and you point to the x-axis. And this number tells us what today is. Each day we meet, I will ask you to read. After you are done reading, we will put a mark on this graph or color it in to let us know how many words you have read. So today you read 145. Good job. Do you want to shade it in?
No.
You can shade it in.
Around 45, right?
Yes. So then you let the student shade in the amount of words they read correctly for that day, which can be very rewarding for them. Fill it in all the way down.
Gotta give me time.
That's okay, take your time. So after the student is done shading in their results, you can offer praise statements such as "good job," "you did an awesome job," "wow, you must have been studying," or "wow, you must have been reading a lot." Good job. How do you feel about that?
Feel rejuvenated.
Wonderful.
Feeling good.
Alright, and after they are done shading in, that is it. Alright, you can go back to class now. Bye.
Alright, see you later.
And that is performance feedback with oral reading fluency. Hi, this is performance feedback part 2 in oral reading fluency in the classroom. So for subsequent sessions, the student is told how they performed in previous sessions and given advice on how to improve their performance. You can read to the student. Remember this graph?
Yes.
Last time you read 145 words. You remember?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that we want you to read 150 words. We want you to be able to improve your score each day, okay?
Okay.
Then you read to the student the same simple set of directions for reading the next probe. When I say start, begin reading aloud at the top of the page. Read across the page. Try to read each word, even those you don't know. Be sure to do your best reading. Do you have any questions?
No.
All right, you can start.
Some people like to camp. Will Lily be one of them? She is going on her first camping trip. She wonders what it would be like to sleep in the tent. Will she see any wild animals? Lily, her parents, and her sister drive to the campsite. First, they set up their tent. It is not as easy as Lily thought it would be. There are so many steps to follow. Finally, the tent is ready, and each person puts a sleeping bag inside. Everyone sits down and eat sack lunches they brought from home. After Lily eats, she throws her trash away in the trash can. Then she has a fantastic idea. She says they should split into 2 groups and go on hikes. They would draw pictures of things in nature that they see.
You can stop. So after the student is reading, you want to go through again and mark the number of words they read correctly and the number of errors they've made. So for this probe, Danielle read a total of 137 words. However, he made 1 error. So you mark that down on the sheet. And the number of words he read correctly for this probe was 136. So Danielle, this time you read 136 words. Do you want to mark that on your graph?
Yes.
Okay. You let the student mark their results on the graph.
Me too, right?
Yes. for session 2. And after the student is done charting their progress, you want to again offer praise statements. If a student has decreased on the number of words they read correctly from the previous session, you can still offer praise statements such as, Danielle, you see you decreased from last time, right?
Yes.
You want to improve that, right? The next time, you want to read more words the next time, right?
Yes.
Okay. So good job on reading, but we want to improve your score next time, okay?
Okay.
What do you think you could do to improve your score?
Read more fluently.
Good. So that is how you give performance feedback in the classroom in regards to oral reading. Thank you for your time. This is a view of Danielle's oral reading fluency graph. He had a goal to read 147 words correctly. His performance was charted over 9 sessions. By having a visual of his performance, he knows how many words he read, how many he needs to read, his goal, and how he is progressing overall. Visual performance in the form of graphs can impact a student's individual results. Combining the use of CBM strategies for oral reading with graphed feedback is a simple yet effective intervention procedure that can be implemented at different levels across the board.